Welcome to another CollectionDX review. This time we're reviewing Transformers Masterpiece MP-29 Destron Laserwave, known as Shockwave to US fans. This is the other sort of gun robot that we saw in the Transformers line originally, now finally getting the Masterpiece treatment. It's in your typical Masterpiece box, which I have dinged already. All kinds of nice details on the back. Shows all the different things you can do. Kind of a bit of a spoiler if you know what you're know what you're getting into here by checking out the outside of the box. Let's see what is on the inside of the box. So we can see that we're packaged in gun mode. Plastic tray, baggy paperwork. You get a lovely card for, with statistics for whatever reason. You get a sticker sheet filled with both cartoon accurate and toy accurate Decepticon logos. You get instructions, which are nice and kind of have the same color scheme as old Transformers, and you get this thing, which is actually really fun to play with, and I'll show you where that comes into play in a moment. You can see that he's packaged with various hand attachments, a miniature version of himself, and a little square box thing. What do they all do? Fits pretty good in the hand. I don't have the original anymore, but it seems kind of about the same size. You could pull up the targeting scope. There's a big empty space in the back that I know there's a reason why, but in laser Vulcan mode it kind of looks a little odd. This should be a pretty good purple. If it's showing a different color on the screen, it's due to color correction, but it should be purple. I'll try to color correct it afterwards. And you can see there is two batteries that go behind here and a trigger that will create a pulsating purple light out of the front of it. Feels pretty good. There's definitely some weight to it. There's some metal. You can feel metal in the toes, and there's a connector bar in here that's all metal. One of the things that you need to do is attach this thing here to there. So you have your power cable that used to, in the old version of the toy, that's actually physically had what carried the electronics through to the other part. And this piece here gets to be used as a stand in this mode. So you can put that down and prop up the gun. So if you wanted to display it in gun mode, that's how you would do it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm impressed with it so far. Let's go through a transformation. Alright, to transform Laserwave, it's actually pretty easy. It's not too bad. And there's really just this part of the transformation and this part of the transformation. And you can do either one first. So I'm going to actually start with the feet and then we'll do the hands, but you could do either one in any order. Okay. These come out. These split. And the legs actually have a pretty interesting transformation. It seems kind of a mess right now, but it does make sense, and I'll show you in just a moment what you have to do. Pull that panel out and tab in that there. Click out the metal feet. You notice too there's a little anchor rocker there, which is nice. And then this piece rotates and then comes down and fits into the leg. So we'll see it again on this side. This comes out. This is a little difficult. The tolerance is rather, it kind of has to do with how you get the other joint in, and then it will snap right in. And again, you have these skirts that bend out of the way when you want them to. And to hide the trigger, you push that in, and you just pull a little door down. Okay? For this part, in the old toy, this was a piece that was just entirely removable. These come up, hands come out, and now you have this piece on the back. Just comes around like that, and the head comes up. Now if you want it to be more accurate, you can take this piece that was previously used as a stand, feed it through the back, and close it up. And that is all there is to it. It's a relatively simple transformation, and I like it. I think it looks good. There's a little, actually if you have that on it doesn't do it, but there's a little waist joint there that if this is clicked into place it doesn't work, but if you just kind of unclick it you can get some waist motion. One thing I'm not a fan of is how the head, it does come up, but there's nothing that like locks it in place. It's just so you could just tip it down pretty easily, but it does have light piping and looks good. The ears don't move. There is another electronic feature that you can use on the arm, and they have another set of clear hands to accomplish this, and I like the clear hands better. They're more G1 like, whereas this is the more proper kind of anime appearance. But that lights up, no sound effects, and it also shows that you can, if you want to have the gun over, you notice here's the panel that you open up, and it takes two LR44 button type batteries to light that up, and it's just a push of a button. This does not appear to light up in any way that I can see. Just make a note of that, and there's that head popping down again. Another set of hands are included that have the saluting hand, so you can salute to Megatron. I don't know why that joint's there, but it's there. I like how everything clicks. It's solid, feels good. I'm genuinely really happy with the construction here. I like the use of metal. A lot of masterpieces don't have metal in them anymore. This one has some, and just enough to make it feel good. Another weird thing, there's a small version of him included. I've seen screenshots of something that he's holding a small version of himself. I don't know what it means, but he can hold the miniature version of the Laserwave mode in his hand. There's a little tab in his hand actually to accommodate that I can never seem to get right. There we go. I think a nice feature is, see, that on the gun, the cord that's represented on the big one is actually there is a little string. So that's kind of cool. So essentially he is playing with himself. So overall I think he's really sweet. He I'm not going to get into his backstory, either you know or you don't. I don't, aside from what I remember as a kid. And I just always thought he was a real cool design. I wish he was a deeper purple, to be honest with you. I remember the G1 being a really deep purple. This is probably a little more anime accurate than that. But I just like the dark purple. So hopefully maybe we'll see a metallic recolor at some point, and then I would get rid of this one and get that one in a heartbeat. A couple of small, minor flaws. One, obviously, not happy with how the head doesn't kind of click into place. Would have liked if these fins moved. Just that was something I remember on the old toy. It doesn't move. Would have been nice if the eye lit up in another fashion other than light piping. Also, I want to call attention to the legs a little bit. When these panels kind of clip in, there's still a noticeable gap here on the side. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I can't seem to get that gap to go away. I just sort of notice it, and it's not really great. But his articulation is really nice. You can do some great things with the poses. It's pretty dynamic, all things considered. I like him. Don't forget to check out our written reviews on CollectionDX.com. It would be really cool if you did that. Otherwise, if you're just on YouTube, you can leave a comment here, subscribe, like it, or don't like it, whatever you want to do. I don't really care. Whatever makes you happy. This toy makes me happy. And it's not overly complicated. It's not overly fiddly. It represents the character accurately. It does it justice. So I hope you like this review. This is Josh from CollectionDX. We'll see you next time.